Hello and welcome to the 61st and quite likely final episode of Let's Play Civ 6 Canada. Yeah, wouldn't that be a thing if this lasted exactly half as long as the Forever War series? That was 121. So, yeah, oh, we got a great admiral. Yay, cool. Whatevs. Accumulate less war weariness. You know, he's just going to hang out and watch us win. So anyway, I should point out why I think we're going to have victory this episode. If you go here, you can see victory in 3 turns. Now that number is not always trustworthy, but it's usually pretty close. Like, it's we're culture dominant over 10 out of the 11 other people. We go over here, and this number has to be higher than all these numbers. That's how it works. And this number's been growing rapidly. Only Japan is left to beat. So, we are surging forward towards victory, and given that we are in the ultra end game, there's not really a point to worrying too much about any of this Mickey Mouse crap, so we're going to see that I want him to go here, but the pathing takes him there. But if I send him oh my god, oh, you know what, never mind, I get it. I can't go through their territory. Silly me. Alright, I know it's rude to F with their stuff, but I just don't think that there's any reason to care. Alright, so this guy has to go to Japan. We finally had a rock band with a promotion. Traditional barbarians, trad barbs, of course. So, we'll do wonder tiles. I see several in Japan. Alright. So it's like, what do you silly units want to do with the rest of your life? How about you make a forest here? I say that as if the world is ending. In theory, this or any other Civ game can be continued post-victory. Like, I could sit here 100 more episodes and completely develop this continent. I could flip the script and be a warmonger and take everything over. Like, I could do that, but I don't know, man. I think that as much as I like doing this, there has to be a point where you say, it's like, yeah, I think I've had enough for one period of time. I'm just spamming era score at this point. That's like my main motivation in the last little bit. I just want to keep spamming era score. Alright. I don't know. Go up there. You go down here. We'll make the world safe for the non-existent. You know what? We'll fight over here too. Why not? Alright, you're gonna die. But I got a promotion available. You might live. No, you won't. You won't remotely live, but you'll at least have a cool story in the history books written by whoever is left behind here. Alright, so yeah, let's get those resources. Oh, while you're waiting, just put down some trees. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Okay. We got oil. I also think, to be honest, I played at way too easy of a difficulty setting. I mean, I'm on Emperor, which is the third hardest. There's Immortal and, of course, what are you doing there? Major Penguin. Oh, look, I can get any of them. I got that promotion. Let's go Space Force. Major Penguin, of course, is the correct name. But yeah, there's Immortal and, of course, Deity above this. And I've already decided... Sorry, we will not plunder your history. But I've already decided if I do another Civ Let's Play, it will have to be deity. I mean, this is not interesting enough. Let's be honest. It's fun. It's satisfying to watch myself man spread all over this map. But yeah, it would be much more interesting if I tried to do a deity challenge, don't you think? Ooh. Okay, he got one shot. That was kind of nuts. But not unexpected, let's be honest. Future Civic. Yay. We can literally change our crap like every turn if we wanted to. Have you ever seen so much culture? You might have. You might have done something similar to what I'm doing right now. But, yeah, it's just silly. My empire is super dumb overpowered. Alright. Yeah, I literally just have Anansi here to watch. We never built our tier 3 government building. Well, let's build the natural history department now. Doesn't matter. Speaking of things that don't matter, build the sewer, then the amphitheater, then the seaport. It is almost sad. Like I wanted to keep it going, but you know, victory comes. Sometimes you win before you're ready to win. And let's promote him all the way to get yet more era score. And we almost have 100 over the necessary number. I really don't know why he's on this continent. I mean, he has to go to Japan. I mean, that's so silly. But whatever. You're never going to get there before this game ends, but who cares? Master Penguin, or Major Penguin, you're going on a world tour. Not even to play music, just to, you know, just to go. Alright. Alright, y'all want to see me buy another settler? Yes, you do. Alright. Yeah, because we are settling still, I guess. Alright, we promised the Aztecs we wouldn't be bad, so let's be bad in Arabia instead. Gain sources. We steal great works because God knows we need them. Alright, what do we have here? Wonders and theater squares. We have this theater square over here, so we're going to go there. Once again, let's look at our thing. Yeah, surging forward. What does this say? 2 turns. If I had a way to, like, stop all culture for 1 turn, just so I can finish the completion of this wonder. But even I have limits to my silliness, I guess. Alright. I'm looking for any last minute national parks I can make. Maybe in Regina. Let's be biblically accurate to our Canadian city names. I doubt this will work, but there's no reason not to try. Maybe if we add trees. And I spent all my money between the settler and those tile purchases. Alright, so... And also, we will be going to get the end of this regardless of how long the episode is, because I want to see this happen. 61 is a pretty solid number, right? It's prime. It's happy. Oh, here we go. Here comes Perfect Princess. Wow, they've had like 10 concerts, and not one of them has promoted them, but also has not killed them. And also, that was a big chunk of tourism that went to Japan just now. I don't think it adds it into the thing, but that might have actually sped up our victory even more. I don't know. It's possible. But we're going to let things roll over. I'm just... Oh, sure, Rome. But I'm just letting you know that there is every chance that we might win now. I think we've got one more turn, but we might win now. Yeah, we are so very close. Alright, so... yeah, we can continue. We can also, like... oh, look, we're so far ahead that we haven't even got to the final unlock for our the Secret Society. That's pretty funny. Whoops. Let's see, is there anything that we missed? No, we didn't even skip anything. We're just straight up grinding future civics. Like, we would eventually have every governor fully promoted. Oh, finally, we'll make our Indiana Jones here. We're saved. Indiana Jones. I mean, if you can make Indiana Jones, why wouldn't you? Alright, you are campus and university guy. Or campus and spaceport. Let's see here. There's a weird lack of any of that crap over here. Yeah, that's a spaceport, but that's in Georgia. We can't do that. Man, what's this? Oh, it's a wonder. Okay. Well, alright, Perfect Princess. You're going to play at Chichen Itza. I know it's not your strong suit, but you're going to do it. You might die. Nope. Perfect Princess carries on, and holy crap, look at that tourism. That is a crushing amount of tourism. Oh, look, it's almost a rounding error. My goodness. Alright. You are going to go here, I guess. You... right off into the desert. Great Mountie. Hold on, I want to see. I want to look at them closer. There they go. The majestic Mounties of Dawn. They have long hair. Are those like girl Mounties? They might be. I mean, I'm sure they exist, right? All right. Yeah. All right. Now I said we're gonna make. Now, can we make a national park there? No, we can't. Okay, it was worth planting the trees. I mean, planting trees is always worth it, just because trees are cool and crap. So. Major Penguin. Oh, we can't go to the campus anymore because it's being squatted upon. Alright, go there. Major Penguin will never play on that campus. He will not get there in time. Alright, he's going there somewhere. We will put him here, up by the Dish, which is my nickname for Mogadishu, and I'd be very sad if no one uses that name. Alright. Kill him. Yeah, we're about to leave, but our war against the Barbs is never ceasing. So we are in a forever war in this series too. 16% chance. Wouldn't that be ironic if traditional barbs, if trad barbs died now? I think that was a promotion. Also, you can look down here. If it was a 2 before and a 3 after, you know they got promoted. And yeah, they strangely got much less tourism than Perfect Princess, but whatever. It did its job. Oh my god. We just won the game. Pretty painting. The great Canadian culture is victorious. Isn't that right, Wilford? We have won. Alright, so, yeah, it's time to look at our stuff. Our ranking, we did this. 1936. That's pretty high for, like, not a warmonger. I wonder how that stacks up against Forever War. I mean, Forever War is probably much higher. You tend to get more in score when you do, conquer. But, yeah, we're about to look at some ridiculous graphs. Like, buildings constructed. It was pretty much with the pack until around, I guess that would be maybe 180 or so. Cities captured. It's a pretty sad graph just because nobody was really at war. We got a few here. Cities founded. Of course, once again, we started out just because of the difficulty settings. You always start out on the back foot, so we were a little bit behind everyone, but then we caught up, and then around this phase, we started to take off. I have to look and see when we started selling the New World, but I think it was actually around here. I think this was our sort of like our southern area. City push was here. Cities lost. Those are the guys who lost it in battle, in war. Districts constructed. Of course, we went nuts on this. Although not right away. We were actually on the lower end of things for a while. And even when we were starting to do our New World thing, we were sort of middle of the pack. Well, the higher end of the middle. Tamar was going nuts with the buildings. But, of course, we just launched into the stratosphere at the end. Not literally. We never made a spaceport. Great people earned. This is going to be ridiculous. Oh, I'm shocked, actually. We were never more than mid in this. We were actually very low until the end. We just got into mid. Yeah, we managed to do this without a lot of great people. It was Japan and Georgia that were really doing it. So I actually think buying Great Works came in clutch for us. So that's a lesson out there. Buy Great Works. Alright, number of combats. Okay, this is what I thought would happen. Since we weren't at war, we would just fight whatever barbarians, and we were very low. But when we started getting to the New World and messing around there, we actually, despite never having fought in an actual war, we had the most combats of anyone because we were fighting those barbs. It was John Curtin. He, despite having a peaceful start, he ended up in the most wars, it looks like. And Saladin was pretty into the war thing, or it was into him. Montezuma, our next door neighbor, as well as Gilgamesh and Theodora. They were the peace necks here. They really never got into wars that much. Culture. This, of course, was the biggest joke. I mean, look at that. That's us. That's anyone else. Who was second? Montezuma? Down here? I mean, yeah. We were already... I mean, this here is already ridiculous, and this just goes into the absurd. We just totally tied them in pretzels. Like, there's no wonder that our victory came very fast once that started happening. Era score, this is going to be funny. Yeah. It was actually Tamar who was chaining these golden ages, or at least got off to a very strong start here. But then she kind of stalled out, whereas we just launched into the world. Remember, we had 100 almost over the what we needed, so that was ridiculous. All right, faith, that's going to be high for us too. Not immediately. It was Japan, actually. Right at the end, Montezuma, I don't know if it was those Zulu cities or what they did that got them that big faith boost, but for most of the game, yeah, Japan, and to a lesser extent Georgia and Theodora, but then we just went to the moon. A lot of this was our preserves and our national parks and such. Gold. This is gold in the bank. This is not gold per turn. It's gold in the bank. And you can see when I started buying settlers, right? Like you see, every one of these spikes was the moment I bought a settler because it went back down. So this was our new world colonization right here. Better demonstrated than anything. Okay, player science. Even though we weren't going for science, and our science was in fact very poor, we had a big leap here, which actually brought us up with Tamar, who was by far the science leader up to that point. Then we were beating her, and then we were destroying everybody. Like, nobody had really good science that game. Like, 200 something. This is pretty weak for if you're going science. Montezuma had a spike at the end. Let's see. Player score. Of course, this largely is by size of empire. And given that nobody was really expanding except for me, you can sort of see I pulled away easily at the end. Cities destroyed. Well, we only had one city burnt down in this entire game. Well, that's not true. Remember, we had Valletta. Do we have them here? Oh, look, are these cities that appeared by Barb conversion? I don't know, but yeah, Valletta. Yep, that proof that they were destroyed. I could have used that faith to buy so many walls and things, but it ended up mattering very not at all at the end. Governor tiles, of course. We pulled away at the end, especially with Future Civic. This would have just gone like pretty much straight up. Religions founded, the silliest graph ever, but you can see we had the initial burst of religions with Tamar first, followed by Theodora and myself. And then later on we had, who was that? Shaka, who founded Judaism, which went nowhere, and then Arabia with their Islam. And then the one that was never founded, who knows? I don't even know who got that great prophet. It was somebody who just never founded a religion. Units killed. Once again, you can see where we started settling the new world. Although, strangely, we were leading even before then. Even though, well, I guess even though we were in a peaceful game, I never stopped being a war bastard, right? Because we were fighting barbs this entire time. Every one of these is a barb. I mean, who was second? Saladin? He was in a lot of wars. Shaka, I guess, was next after him. But yeah, this was New World stuff. But all this was still Old World barbs. Yeah, units lost. Yeah, this is our barb campaign. The reason, I'm usually pretty economical about this, and you can tell. You can tell when I started using other people's units and not mine, because I was the lowest. Despite being, once again, I had the highest number of killed and the lowest number of lost. But then I started levying city-states units, and they were very obsolete. And I let a lot of them just perish. Yeah, very rude of me, I know. But yeah, Christina had early wars. Saladin had early wars. You see that? And later on, who was this? Yeah, Christina again. But yeah, not a huge amount of wars in the world. This number is inflated because it counts city-states, but yeah, the Celts, or the Celts if you prefer, they had by far the most wars declared on them, either by other civs or by city-states that were aligned with civs. You can see here, yeah, Shaka got into a bunch of stuff at the end, although it took a while before he got involved. But us, we are the flat line at the bottom. I don't know. I don't even see our line here. We don't even register. Like even the idea of us being at war is so absurd that we didn't appear. So, yeah, we're going to export that timeline. We are going to press one more turn. And I guess the thing is still thinking somehow. Yes, we've won the game. Sure, what the heck, Gilgamesh, we're going to do a military alliance because the game's over. Like, literally, it's over. I'm just letting the clock run out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it has sure been fun bringing you this Let's Play. And, oh my goodness, no, we still didn't get to see the Enmusen Scott Research Center be built. But we did get to see this victory. Very sweet. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to let this crap play out. And I don't even have to sit here. We'll just end the video here with the visual of obsolete units getting wrecked on the shorefront. Right? Okay, I guess we're close enough to the end that we can just yeah. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Okay. Officially 100 over. Anyway, that really is it this time. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for sticking with me through the series, and I'll see you guys next time.